Welcome back to CBN News Watch. The film On a Wing and a Prayer is based on an actual true story. A passenger forced to land a plane after the pilot dies after the plane takes off. And that happens with his family on board. See what happens when fear takes a back seat to faith and prayer. Filmmaker Roma Downey and the real-life hero give us an inside look.
906 Bravo, Bravo. Enter the pattern on left downwind.
Appreciate you sacrificing your Easter Sunday just to fly us home.
You're welcome to ride up front.
Looks like a space shuttle.
That Mooney's waiting to taxi.
Turn your headset. You can listen to me talk to air traffic control.
From the traffic in sight.
Are you steering with your feet?
So, Doug, let me begin with you. I know that you turned down interviews from Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah Winfrey, and you turned down film offers. Why this one? Why did you say yes?
Because most of those interviews requests came within 24 to 48 hours after the incident. I really wasn't in the mood to talk to anybody for a year, to be honest with you about it.
Climate maintain 14,000.
Aren't you supposed to repeat back what he just...
Joe.
Miami Center. Is anyone there?
Say your tail number and intention.
Doug, what's going on?
I've got an emergency up here. My wife and daughters are on this plane.
And why this script and this team to bring your story to light?
Brian Egston, the writer, got a hold of me. He said, I'm a beginning pilot and I'm a Christian and I'm a screenwriter. Would you be interested? Would you care if I wrote a script about this? And I said, no, I don't care if you do. And he showed me a copy of the script and I liked it. And like I said, I trusted him and I said, all right, go sell it.
I need you to stop a plane crash. You're the only person I know who can save them.
Have you flown a King Air?
Never.
So the script ended up on my desk, and I read the script, and I was just so impacted by the story. I thought it was a brilliant story. I couldn't believe that it was a true story. It actually had happened.
Start easing off of those controls. Can you do that?
We got a real good co-pilot up here.
We got Dennis Quaid involved, Heather Graham, we got Sean McNamara on board to direct. Honestly, it has turned out so well. I really believe that audiences, general audiences everywhere will be touched and inspired by it, but particularly audiences of faith will be reminded once again of the power of prayer and how extraordinary our God is. They reached out to the Lord and they landed this plane, and I think that it's a story of hope and inspiration that we need now more than ever.
An incredible story indeed. And Doug, I think I've heard you say that if you were going to die, you were going to do everything you could to try not to. What held your peace, and let alone your peace, but the family's peace in the back?
Landing gear down.
I got it. I'm looking for the emergency procedures.
No doubt we're gonna need it.
Family was in the back praying, and so there was divine intervention helping me. You're not thinking about dying, you're thinking about surviving.
How in the world did you find me?
I'll explain once we get you on the ground.
During the event, you have to stay focused. People handle it different, I guess. Some people would scream and holler and throw their hands up and we're gonna die or whatever, but that just wasn't the way I was geared up to do it. I was gonna try anyway.
Roma, you've done a beautiful job with the film. What were you thinking when you were listening to the real-life recordings of his conversation with air traffic control? What were you thinking as you're hearing that?
Well, I couldn't believe what I was listening to.
It's real bad up here. I can't control this airplane.
Doug, listen. My family was in a similar situation to the one that you're in right now. I couldn't do anything for them.
But the part of the story that really touched me, I think of the symbolism of the other things that I'm trying to land in my life, projects I'm trying to make, issues with my family, anywhere that I'm just trying to, to bring something in, that I'm praying something in. And I think that this film, the symbolism is layered in there for an audience to find. And that's what I love about stories like this. And as a storyteller and a filmmaker, a producer, this is what I'm interested in. Films that reach out and offer people hope and inspiration. And a story like this, I think, does that. Because while we may never be in the position that Doug was in, and we may never have to show the courage that Doug showed, there are many things in our lives that we're praying in. And I think at the end of this movie where he has to let go.
Make sure you're buckled up back there.
There's a line up there, I think you said, Doug, that was you and the good Lord flying the plane. right? And I think, you know, in my own life, I think of all the planes that me and the good Lord are flying, and I hope that that's one of the many things that an audience who watch On a Wing and a Prayer this Easter weekend on Prime will take away.
He is never gonna make
This guy's
it.
got a chance.
I love you, girl.
You can do it.
Sometimes you gotta trust in things you can't see.
On a Wing and a Prayer, again, is based on a true story, and the real-life hero story is now streaming on Amazon Prime. For more uplifting entertainment, I encourage you to join us for Studio 5 tonight. Tonight, we're going to go behind the scenes of the film Praise This. We're also taking a look back at an Italian journey with Andrea Bocelli. And then we are heading to a new film from Angel Studios. It is called The Sound of Freedom. You can catch all of this on Studio 5 tonight. It begins at 8:30 Eastern. You can find it on the CBN News Channel. You can also find it on the CBN News app and watch it on YouTube.